Hello friends, myself Sagar Gunani from Elite Careers. This video lecture is on determinant part 1. First of all, let us understand the term determinant. Every square matrix has associated with a scalar and which is called as determinant. Given a matrix A, we can use the determinant A or this symbol to designate the determinant. Consider a matrix A as square matrix of 2 rows and 2 columns. The elements of the square matrix are 2, 1, 0, 3. Then the determinant of this matrix can be written as 2 vertical lines, and inside these 2 vertical lines you have to write the elements as 2, 1, 0, 3. Also, this determinant is used to express a singular value corresponding to this matrix. So, definition for the determinant is the determinant of 1 cross 1 matrix is called as scalar A, and the determinant of 2 cross 2 matrix A, B, C and D is a scalar function of AD minus BC. So if we multiply A with D and subtract it with B and C, you will get the value of determinant. For higher order matrix, we will use a recursive procedure to compute the determinant. Now next is the properties of the determinant. The value of determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. Consider a determinant which is given over here. In this case, if we interchange the rows or columns, then the value of the determinant does not change. In this case, I have replaced the rows with the columns. This is the first column A1, A2, A3. So this first column element is replaced and converted into first row A1, A2, A3. Similarly, second column B1, B2, B3 is replaced into second row B1, B2, B3, and third column C1, C2, C3 is replaced into third row C1, C2, C3. Then in that case, the determinant of the first is equal to the determinant of the second, and this determinant, which is formed by interchanging rows and columns, it is called as transpose of the determinant. So the determinant of the A is equal to the determinant of the A transpose. Second property, if any two rows or columns of the determinant are interchanged, then the value of determinant is changed by the minus sign. Consider this determinant. In this case, if I replace R1 and R2, if I change the elements of R1 and R2, suppose R2 element is A2, B2 and C2, then this R2 element is written in the R1 and R1 elements is written in the R2. So I have interchanged two rows, first row with the second row and second with the first. Then if I interchange two rows, then I have to multiply minus sign with the determinant. Similarly, if I interchange two columns, then I have to multiply minus sign. Next property, if all the elements of the row is multiplied by the non-zero number k, then the value of the new determinant will be k times the value of the original determinant. In this case, this is the determinant in which first row is all the elements of the first row has non-zero number k. So if I take this k out of this determinant, then it will be equal to k times the determinant of E1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and A3, B3, C3. Which also implies that this determinant can be written as 1 by m of m A1, m B1, m C1. So if I take k as the common from the first row, then this k will be equal to the k times this determinant. Next property, if each element of any row consists of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. If we see the first column, then this first column consists of addition of two terms A1 plus X, A2 plus Y, A3 plus Z. Then this one determinant can be expressed into two determinants as, in this first determinant, the first column will be A1, A2, A3, and in the second determinant, the first column will be X, Y, Z, and rest of the two columns will remain same. Fifth property, the value of determinant is unchanged if any row is multiplied by a number and then added to the other row. Same applies to the column. In this case, suppose I have converted the first column, this is the first column A1, A2, A3, and I have converted the first column as first column plus m times the second column minus n times the third column. So I have multiplied m with the second column So if I multiply n with the second column, it will get multiplied with b1, b2 and b3. Then I have to multiply n with this third column. If I multiply n with the third column, you will get n times c1, n times c2 and n times c3. So this first column is converted into c1 plus m times c2 minus n times c3. So first column will be a1 plus m b1 minus n c1. Second element in the first column is a2 plus m b2 minus n c2, and the third element in the first column is a3 plus m b3 minus n c3. Now if you see that the first determinant is equal to the second determinant, so if I operate on any row or any column and add it with the other column, then the value of the determinant does not change. Same will apply to the rows function also. Next, this is also important. If any two rows or column of the determinant are identical, then its value is 0. In this case, a1 b1 c1 is the first row and the last row is also a1 b1 c1. So first row and third row, they are same. So if two rows are same, then the value of the determinant is 0. Next, if each element of the row of the determinant is 0, then its value is 0. In this case, each first row, all the elements is 0. So in any of the rows or any of the columns, if all the elements are 0, then the value of the determinant is equal to 0. Next, let A is the diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix is the matrix in which only diagonal elements are present. Then the determinant of this matrix will be equal to what? It will be equal to the product of all diagonal elements. So these are the properties related to determinant. You need to learn all these properties in detail so as to solve the problems related to it. Now let's solve the example 1, which is given over here. Find the value of the following determinant. Now the ideal way is to solve this 3 cross 3 determinant. I have already covered how to solve 3 cross 3 determinant in the video of matrices. So if you have not watched that video, then please go to that video to see how to solve 3 cross 3 matrix. However, in this case, we will solve the determinant with the help of the properties. So we have learned 8 properties. With the use of that properties, we will solve the determinants. Now, whenever you come across a determinant, you need to remember one thing. That thing is, you need to check whether something comes common from the rows or column. Right? If something is taken as common from the rows or column, then you have to take out that as a common so as to reduce the determinant. For example, to understand this, consider the first column. First column consists of elements 42, 28 and 14. 42 can be written as 6 into 7, 28 as 4 into 7 and 14 as 2 into 7. So in this case, 7 is common in the first column. So you need to identify if something comes out as common from any of the rows or column. So in this case, 7 comes out as a common element from all the elements of the first column. So that has to be taken out of the determinant. So we are using this property that if anything is common in the column, then that common element is taken out from the determinant, and the determinant will be equal to 642, 173 and 642. Now if you observe that first column and the third column, they are identical. If two rows or two columns are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. This is the property which we are using. So finally 7 into 0 will be equal to 0. Next, this is the determinant. You need to solve this determinant. Now let's say that if we observe the first column, then 2 is common in the first column. Fine. So first column can be written as -3 into -2, -1 into -2 and 5 into -2. Fine. So from the observation, you can say that the -2 will comes out as a common from the first column. If I take this -2 as out of the determinant, then you will get this following determinant. Now if you observe this following determinant, then these two columns are having same element. So if these two columns are having same element, the value of this determinant is equal to 0. So the answer for this example is 0. Now in this case, with the help of these properties, we can solve this determinant very easily. So it is very important to learn all the 8 properties which I have taught you in the beginning. Let's move further. Evaluate the given determinant. First column is 1 1 1, second column is ABC, third column is B plus C, C plus A plus B. Now the golden rule which I have told you is, you have to operate the determinant in such a way that something takes out as common from any of the rows or column. Now if I operate the third column as C2 plus C3, C2 plus C3 means what? The second column is added with the third column, so finally the third column will be A plus B plus C, and all the elements of the third column is A plus B plus C. It means what? A plus B plus C is taken out as a common from the determinant. So this is how you need to be very smart enough to identify the column operation or the row operation. Now I have done the column operation in such a way that A plus B plus C comes out as a common from the third column. So this comes only by the practice. You need to practice more and more to have so as to identify which operation is to be applied so as to solve the determinant. Now if you see that first column and the third column is having same element, so the value of this determinant is 0. And the answer for this determinant is 0. Next example, evaluate the determinant. First column as A square BC, second column as B square CA, and third as C square AB. Now if you observe this determinant, nothing comes out as common from any of the rows or column. Then in that case we will follow either the row operation or column operation. So if I follow the column operation, then first column is converted into C1 minus C2. So in the first column I will write first element minus the second column element. So it will be first element will be A minus B, second will be A square minus B square, and third element for the first column will be BC minus CM. So in this case A square minus B square can be written as A minus B into A plus B, and BC minus CA can be written as minus C into A minus B. Also I have performed the operation C2 as C2 minus C3. So second column is subtracted with the third column, then you will get B minus C, B square minus C square, CA minus AB. So B square minus C square can be written as B minus C into B plus C, and CA minus AB minus C is taken as common, so you will get B minus C, and third column is written as A as it is. Fine. Now when you come across such determinant, you can either follow the row operation or the column operation. Now in this case I have performed the column operation. If I perform the column operation, what you can see is in the first column A minus B is taken out as common. So if A minus B is taken out as common, it is taken as outside this determinant as A minus B. If you observe the second column, then B minus C is common in all the elements of the second column, so it is taken out of the determinant, and finally you will get this determinant as A minus B is taken out as common, so instead of A minus B there will be 1, A plus B and minus C. Similarly for the second column you have elements as 1, B plus C and minus A, and for the third column you have C, C square and AB. Okay, now move further. In this case, in the previous case we got this determinant like this. In this case, to solve this determinant further, what we can do is we can try to get a 0 as one of the element in rows or column. It will be very easy to solve the determinant if we get 0 in either of the row or column. So easiest way is to subtract the second column with the first column so as to get 1 minus 1 as 0. So following this operation, C1 as C1 minus C2 so as to get the 0 in one of the rows or column. So if I follow this operation, you will get this determinant like this, which is written over here. Now in this case, if you observe the first column, then C minus A will taken out as a common factor. So it will come out of this determinant, and finally you will get this value as 1, 1, 2, 1, B plus C minus A, C, C square, AB. Also in this case, there is a mistake over here. It will be 0 in the first element, then 1 and then 1. Okay, so you will get 0 as the first element. Here it will be 0. So there is a mistake over here. Here it will be 0, then 1, because minus C minus E is taken out as common. So you will get 0, 1, and here it will be also 1. Okay, so 0, 1, 1 in the first column. Second column as 1, B plus C minus A, and third as C, C square, AB. Then we will follow the operation R2 as R2 minus R3. Why I have done this? what I told is to get the 0 either in rows or column. So if you subtract R2 minus R3, 1 minus 1 will be 0. So you will get 0 over here. Fine. So the idea is to get the 0. So to get the 0 over here, I followed the operation R2 minus R3. Finally, we will get this. We will get this operation as 0 0 1 1 a plus b plus c into minus a, because all the elements of R2 will be subtracted from R3. So this element will be what? B plus c minus of minus a, which will be a plus b plus c, and this element will be c square minus ab. Then we will solve this determinant. Then it will be very easy to solve the determinant across the first column. So if we solve the determinant across the first column, there is only first element over here. What we can do is we can solve this determinant for the first column. So for the first column, you will get the answer as 1 into c square minus ab minus c into a plus b plus c. So solving this determinant, you will get the value as a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into ab plus bc plus ac. Fourth example, without expanding, prove that this determinant is having a value of x cube. Now let's proceed further, and we have to prove without expanding. So we will follow the property. Property says that if there are two terms like 3x plus y, 4x plus 3y and 5x plus 3y, then the single determinant can be converted into two determinants, in which first column contains element as 3x, 4x and 5x, and second column of the determinant, first column of the second determinant is y, 3y and 6y. Now x will be taken out as common from first row, from second row and from the third row. So 3 times x will be taken out as common, so it will be x cube. In the second determinant, in the first column y is taken as common, in the second column x is taken as common, and in the third column x is taken as common. So you will get x square into y into this determinant. If you observe this second determinant, then the first column and the third column are identical. So if first and third column are identical, the value of this determinant is equal to 0. So these two columns are identical. That's why, as these two columns are identical, that's why the value of the determinant will be equal to 0. And finally, we can solve this determinant to get the answer. And if you solve this determinant, then the value of this determinant will be equal to 1, and you will get this answer as x cube. Now this, you can see the following procedure so as to solve the determinant. Fine, you can expand this determinant right away, or follow the operation c1 as c1 minus c2, and then reduce this so as to get 0 in the rows and column. So if you get zeros in the rows or column by following this operation, and finally by expanding, you will get the value of this determinant as 1, and the right hand side will be equal to the left hand side. Fifth example, prove that the value of this determinant is equal to 0, where omega is the cube root of unity. So omega cube will be equal to 1. What is the meaning of this? Omega cube will be equal to 1. Now in this case, if omega cube is equal to 1, what we can do is we can express omega raised to 5 as omega cube into omega square. Fine. So whenever omega is to 5 is there, we have reduced it into omega cube into omega square, and then substitute omega cube is equal to 1, which is given in the equation. So finally we will get this determinant as 1 1 omega square 1 1 omega square 1. Now it is very easy to solve. If you follow the first column and the second column, then these two elements are identical, so the value of the determinant will be equal to 0, and therefore LHS will be equal to RHS. So with this, I end the part 1 of determinant. Thanks for watching.